Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, September the 8th. And as you can see here, you guys know I always like to start on the ES. And this is our overnight session, very choppy, we've been having a lot of that lately. This kind of roller coaster stuff. Opened this morning, kind of gapped up a little bit, and they had a big flush down. I'm not really sure what that was from. It was probably Janet Yellen came out this morning saying that the the country's going to run out of money by October if we don't raise the debt ceiling and that kind of stuff. And we know that they'll raise it. It's just the way it works, right? It's not the first time this has happened. And they'll come to some kind of agreement. And then after that, we started making our way back up here. And so, that was not a lot going on today, just a lot of kind of chop. I guess there was more excitement, behind the scenes with if you're trading, Amazon or Google or Shopify or PayPal, some of these others that we like to trade. But, we've been in this pattern. It's kind of the summer summer slowdown kind of looking pattern. Let me show you. This is a 10-day chart here. This white line up above us is a voodoo snow line. If you don't know what that is, that's it's an Elliott wave level that I use quite a good bit. This is a skyline here, and we're just kind of chopping all around the snow line up here. Did a little bit of spike up here. This is all-time high, and we've been making multiple all-time highs over and over and over. And then as we go into the last 4 or 5 trading sessions, we're just kind of giving some of that back. Now this looks bad. It's really not that, not that meaningful yet. I don't really think it'll turn into anything just yet. Let me show you why. Let's go out here on a 20-day chart. Again, we're still on the ES here. And as we can see, off the low here, 43.46, I mean, we shot straight up here. And whenever you work your way up in any sort of channel, you have higher highs and higher lows, and it just goes and goes and goes. And then you take the elevator, stairs up, and the elevator down to some point where there is support or exhaustion of the move or whatever, and then you start, the stairs back up, and that's kind of what starts this, or what, that's what makes the channeling kind of move happen. And this is just simply a little bit of give back there. And again, maybe turns into something, maybe not. We have Pitbull low tomorrow, and then option expiration next Friday. So yeah, maybe we have a little more downside tomorrow. But again, let's keep it in perspective here. You see these red lines here. Let's go out here to a 1-year chart. And as you can see, again, nothing but net. This is very, very, very bullish here. All the way up, continues to be bullish. Nothing, nothing at all wrong with this chart. Still looks bullish, right? Could we get a flush down here just like we had here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here? Absolutely. How long did those last? About a day. Literally. I talked about this last time, maybe this last 2 or 3. 1 day down and 1 day up, 1 day down, 1 day up, 1 day down, 1 day up. Here, maybe 1 or 2 days down, and then we, maybe keep this thing going. So at this point, I don't see a reason for this. And I'm talking about the S&P, ES/S&P, SPX. Broad index or broad overall market indicator there. Looks like we should go higher. Now that being said, keep in mind there's 4,600. A lot of firms that I've seen, about this time of year we start looking at end of the year price targets, and I've seen 4,550, 4,600. I think I did see a 4,700, but that's about as high as I've seen. That's not much more, than we've got here. So I am anticipating that at some point, we will get a little bit more of a meaningful flush down. Maybe we pull back to snow line here. Maybe we come all the way back to the fire line here. And if that happens, if that were to happen, and let's say it's from a higher standpoint, it comes down, that still, on a longer term basis, is not, it's not honestly, it's not that big a deal uh, as far as trends go. And the way we can look at this, let's do a, yeah, I don't know, let's do a 10-year. 10-year. So if we look at this, a pullback of kind of, back to here still doesn't, we've had large pullbacks here. Now this is coronavirus, when the start and all that kind of stuff. But I think this could be coming, and it just so works out that the time of the year, of course, we're coming into October. Maybe we get a little bit more meaningful pullback there. It would be healthy for the market if we did pull back. So I'm trading this the same way I've been trading this all the way up. I've been trying to fade these little moves from a volatility standpoint. It's working really, really well. And remaining bullish but very cautious. I'm a very cautious bull, and I will continue to be that way until the patterns start shifting. But right now, it's still looking higher, and I hate to keep saying that because we're running up against the snow line here, and we're getting at some of these levels that look pretty frothy to me. So I'm being very careful. I'm being probably a little bit even more light than normal. So that's the way I'm trading it. And outside of that, there's a handful of names that look interesting. I like Johnson & Johnson, looks interesting. Moderna looks interesting. UNH looks interesting. Home Depot looks interesting. I am long PayPal. That looks pretty interesting. But again, overall, I'm pretty light. And I am long Amazon. That's been a great ride. And looking at things like Generac, GNRC, and some other ones to pull back, but I'm looking, of course, for maybe a little bit of the market to take a breath here, and that would give me some entry points. So again, I continue to look, from a bullish standpoint, look higher, but be very cautious here, especially as we get into the next month or so with October and all, because we could have more. And as we go, I'll update as we go, and we'll maybe start placing some little bearish things down here as we get a little bit closer to that. But right now, we keep trading it day by day and just going careful as we go. So that's what I've got. I hope it makes sense. Trade small size, be careful, be nimble in this market, and take profit when you can. So I hope this helps, and have a great rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency. It's one of the things that won me